Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. If you're new to the channel, also know that I like to dive deep within my readings. So I do look at the spiritual blocks and shadows and see how they play out as karmic themes within your experience. Now, if you're connected to any other zodiac, you might want to check out my Psychic Soul Healer channel. If you're connected to a Virgo, you can check out my Virgo channel. Both those links and all other important links you can find in the description box. If you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always the underlining energy that tells us why everyone's doing what they're doing. All right, let's just jump right on in today and see what comes up. Abandonment. Abandonment. I feel like Scorpio that you grew up in an environment that emotionally you didn't get what you needed. So that's the karmic theme that continues to play out. And so you're connected to a person that every time you need them to show up for you, they never show up. There is a very strong spiritual connection. They do have feelings for you, but on some level, what they do to you is what was done to them, and they are unconscious of what they do. I feel like you bring it up about what they do, and then they realize what they do, and then they're embarrassed, and then don't exactly want to take responsibility either, make excuses, their pride, their ego gets in the way, but understand they have fear of abandonment. So they never 100% let you in. And in that, it's because they don't show up when they're supposed to show up. Like if there's a death, if there's an important wedding, if there's an important event. And I feel as if you inherited this trauma, actually. You did grow up where you weren't able to get as much love and support as you needed, but that's because you had parents that actually like had this type of dynamic go on within their marriage. Like you watched either your mother never have your father show up or vice versa, and you inherited that trauma. So, and it's also, you also didn't get what you needed. So there's a sense of why you keep attracting people that emotionally don't show up, that just can't be there for you, whether they can't show you how much they feel about you, they can't be there during important times. There's just, again, this detachment. So let's take a peek and see what's going on, what did happen, what they feel about you, anything at this point. And ending. So it's again, this person, it's almost like they wouldn't take responsibility for not showing up. And what they did is they pretended that it's that, that they didn't care, that it was, that they were ending the situation, that they could take it or leave it, didn't matter. Kind of like tried to stronghold you. And then I feel as if they were like, oh, you're sitting there pretending that it's not over. Meanwhile, they were like pretending that it wasn't over. They were like, no, you're like playing a game with me. I'm not playing a game with you. Like you're not letting me in. You don't show up. And then when I call you out on it, you act cocky and you act like you don't care. Like what I'm telling you is if you don't show up, the relationship's gonna end. And you're like, oh well, I'm gonna end it before you, but then I'm also gonna act like it's not really ending. Like it's like a game. Again, and where you're like, again, secrets, you feel like this person holds back. They don't 100% let you in. That creates a lot of intimacy issues, making you feel like maybe they're talking to other people, or again, that they aren't 100% being honest with you, hiding aspects of their life. which is a way of, again, making you not really feel connected to this person. But I feel like the secrets that they hold is really just feelings that they have about themselves. Like they don't feel comfortable in relationship. They don't feel comfortable in really letting anyone get that close to them because of, again, what they witnessed growing up. And then, which are creating it. They feel that they're broken. They feel like they, are broken. And what you notice is it's like the only thing that you see broken is all the broken promises that they make, that they promise to make it up. And it's almost like they just give you lip service. Like you get upset over the fact that they don't show up. You have a conversation about it, that they don't want to hear about it, really. I mean, they hold back, they play games, and then, they say, okay, I don't really want it over, and they try and say that they're gonna make it up to you when they really don't. It goes back into the same cycle. And it's a way that it's like breaking your spirit, like when you feel like connected to this person, because there is a strong connection, but they're not giving anything. And again, just not on the same vibration, being childish, being extremely childish. And where it's like you feel constrained in the relationship, and you feel constrained because it's like you're not giving me anything. And I kind of almost feel trapped, and I'm trapped by my own emotions. Like in order to be in this connection, you'd have to give up all your power because of their insecurity. Because again, they act like they don't care. And it's really because they're the ones that don't feel like they fit in anywhere. They're the ones that feel inadequate. And so again, then they're so consumed by it. And the truth is that they have strong feelings for you when they know that they can get consumed in that. So it's really their choice of where they're putting their focus on. Like trying to control the situation. Like always, like again, consumed by them creating some sort of drama, which is extremely childish to keep you stuck, but then acting like they don't really care. So you're coming across as if you're being someone that's extremely controlling, someone that's being manipulative, when really they're the ones that are being manipulative. They're just not emotionally showing anything. So it's like a form of gaslighting. And again, and then whenever you say something, it's like you're confronting them in a manner that they see as aggressive. So what happens is that they're focusing on your reaction instead of what they're doing. And it's a tactic to keep you stuck. It's like, again, this person like wants to have you in their life, but is on a very low vibration. This is what this says. It's like, yes, they might have seen that, where again, that their parent never showed up for them, as well, and had that type of, trauma also inherited, or they were around someone that's completely smothered them, like a parent that completely smothered, which is what I actually feel. I feel like they had a parent that smothered them, that didn't give them, um, you know, that didn't let them do anything, that didn't make them take accountability for anything, that spoiled them. And it was because that parent couldn't really be there for them because they were in a toxic connection where they saw that, one person had full control and it never showed up for the other. And, so your person almost took on the persona of the abuser in that relationship from watching that happen. He said, I'm not going to be like the weak one where I feel like there was a part of you that was traumatized by the person that actually had, the parent never, the one that was always abandoned. But nevertheless, they continue to play out as karmic themes within your situations and this person's situations. And this person's situations, because they never show up, and you, because unconsciously you always are like attracted or unconsciously just go towards that type of energy, or that energy just comes to you because again, it's what's familiar, it's unconscious. But it's this person does have feelings, but they're just so childish. And again, almost like I would like to keep you hooked by staying angry. It's again by keeping you stuck in your head, never really giving you anything. Where is my so I want to see what they're gonna do. I love you. So it's again, I know that they have feelings for you, but understand everyone's level of consciousness is different. This is a person that's a low vibration because they haven't done the healing yet. So they continue to relive the same type of experiences. So what happens is they emotionally won't get close to anyone. This is unconscious. And how they do that is they don't show up when they need to show up. But do they love you? Yeah, that's for what they know what that love is. That's why they try and keep you hooked. That's why they again play the games that they do. They don't want you to go anywhere. But they want you to feel like this was just a fling, to always kind of keep you in a low vibration. They want you to like actually think that because they're used to being like attracting people like their own energy, which is low vibe energy. And that's people that will fight to be in their life, people that want to be in their life, people that don't care how they are treated, that just feel like they get what they want. And this feeds this person's ego, meaning like if the person's really aggressive and they're not listening, your person likes that. It's like they don't feel secure in themselves. So they want the person to like, again, like feel that lack and play it again, insecure games, baby games, childish games. They keep you stuck because it's like, I like you, but I don't really know how to be in a normal relationship. And they believe that you're at the twin flame relationship, and I believe that they're a past life karmic relationship if they don't step it up. Because the only way that this would be a twin flame relationship is if they evolved enough. So I believe that it's a runner and a chaser type of dynamic where your person's still in that low vibration. And so we're going to pull from another deck to see whether or not this person evolves at all. Because what I see here is that, they played a lot of games and like you won't like hook onto them. That's why they keep doing the same thing. They try different strategies to keep you stuck. And what it is that you're like, I'm not really getting what I want. This is still childish. So you back away, but there's still that feeling that they still feel connected to you and they still know that you still have feelings towards them. And I feel like you do. You're like, if you would just grow up. And so that's what this person is pretty much their power, where their power is. They know that you still care. I'm afraid you're going to meet someone else before I'm ready to be with you for good. So it's again, they know that eventually, you're going to meet someone else. They feel like you're a good catch. So why wouldn't you meet somebody else? It's just they don't really know why they do what they do. I feel like for a long time it was, I don't, how am I supposed to know who I'm going to be with for the rest of my life? And I need to try every flavor of ice cream that's in this bin to know exactly what I want to be secure. Where really, again, know they're insecure. So It's again, they were never really going to be 100% ready because the issue is not the connection, the issue is themselves and wanting people to like bend over backwards to prove themselves, to, undervalue themselves, to play games, to keep a person stuck. Our destiny is calling, preparations are underway to take the next step. So this person feels changes. Words have hurt me in the past, and that's why I fear talking to you. So it's again, that's why they play baby games. That's why they try and get, underneath your skin. That's why I said almost like a bad reaction is a good reaction for this person because they know that you still care instead of having a conversation. And that's why, again, the baby games. When I look into your eyes, I see the universe and it activates me. So they feel that unconditional love there. They feel like you feel like home. They're so attracted to you. I feel abandoned. I often feel like others let me down. So that's what this started with, that original wound. So even though when they, look into your eyes, it activates them, there's also that chance of you not sticking around because of other people. So this is the wound that they still hold on to. If it's a real twin flame relationship, this person will get over it because it makes us step into our true and best self. But right now, this person's still in a low vibe energy. When our conversations are lighthearted and playful, it eases the tension that is sometimes there when we talk. And I feel like it's because this person's immature and this person has a lot of wounds. So everything that they hear is distorted because they don't feel good about themselves. They were judged in the past. They were abandoned in the past. So they're actually looking for it. We see what we look for. So unless it's almost like always playful and happy and whatever, this person like is afraid to have a conversation because it's almost like too deep and they're going to take it as if you're judging them, making them feel bad again. And it has nothing to do with you. It's that you say something, they overthink, and then they look for what's not there. I'm beginning to focus on my mission, and our connection is part of that. They feel as if they're supposed to be with you. Again, this like twin flame energy. So it's almost like they're like, I don't know how I don't know how I know, but I know I'm supposed to be with you. So I feel like you're doing big things. I feel like because this person's not giving you anything. And it's not just the physical attraction that attracts them to you, it's you, it's everything that you do. I feel like they think that you're interesting. I feel like you're different from other people. And I feel like you're really like top of your game in your career. You may be an influencer, you may be like a teacher of some sort. You're in the public eye. This person, like, likes the life that they perceive that you have. They like the whole package. And so they feel as if they could be an asset to you within business, within that realm. They know that they're not emotionally intelligent. They know that they're not really a good relationship person, but they feel drawn to you. They feel connected to you and they can feel like doing something together. It's just this person's behaviors. There's almost a sense that this person is hoping that you like will overlook that. And I feel like they usually get people to do that because I feel like this person makes a lot of money. I feel like they make a lot of money, they have a lot of money. I feel like they're not emotionally intelligent, they don't have good relationships. I've hurt you and I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me someday and understand I was reacting from fear. Surrender brings us together faster than resistance. So again, that twin flame relationship of, the runner, the chaser, and needing to control. And what twin flames realize is that eventually they just surrender because they're like, you know what? I am damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't, and I can't help but I love you, even though you trigger every single wound that I have, and this relationship is difficult. And understand, so I feel like this person has gifts where your gifts are not, and they are coming into your life to help you. But I believe that you would also be helping them in more of the spiritual department, because this person doesn't feel good about themselves. They're in a low vibe because, again, they haven't done any healing. Um, my heart is has been hurt before. I have I have karmic contracts that need to be broken. So this person is like, again, coming from a place of needing to break karmic contracts. Where again, I feel like they're just in a place where they continue to relive the same undesirable life experiences within relationships, and they know that it's a karmic thing. And so they're like, they're afraid to let their heart, like be with anyone a lot. That's really the underlining energy. This is why they always run. But they know that the only way to break this energy is to kind of be with you. Union is, sorry, union is an energy, not a physical contract. Even when we aren't together, I feel our energy. So this person, like, again, it can, that has, you and them have a very strong spiritual connection. So even though this person fights with themselves, with, again, letting someone in, being vulnerable, needing to step up, knowing whether they're good enough to step up, there's a part of them that is like, but even when I don't want to be with you and we're separate, I still feel connected to you. So they know that this connection is something that's bigger than anything that they've ever had. I feel like this person has been with karmic people in the past. I'm afraid this relationship is too good to be true. And I pull away in fear. And that's what, again, that twin flame vision, because there's so much passion. There's such a strong connection. And then again, this person normally feels like an oddball, and they just don't want to get hurt. I've been learning about twin flames. It feels right to me. So this person again just feels like you're again twin flame, they're twin flame. Being mirrors for each other makes love so important. I wish I was there to love you, but if not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. So there's almost like a mirroring energy where they feel like sometimes you're not happy and they can feel that. Again, there's an ESP, there's a spiritual connection. So even though this person emotionally is not on the same wavelength as you at all, you may not be on the same wavelength as them as mentally. You know what I mean? They may be someone that's really book smart and really business wise, and that's not your jam. Remember, we're down here in physical form to learn and to manifest. And we're supposed to be learning we're not separate from God, which is unconditional love. And your soulmate twin flame relationship comes into your life to help you transmute those shadow parts of self. So, what I see here is that this person is really immature, did play a lot of games, doesn't know how to communicate, has never really done any healing, but they have such a strong spiritual connection, and they just have this inner knowing that you're supposed to be in their life, even spite of like the games that they play. And so I don't know how much this person actually expects you to be able to take. Um, but I also know that twin flames make each other change first in separation. So again, there's a connection, runner chaser, and then both parties do work by themselves, and then they come back together, and they usually separate a few times, and they do the work on themselves, and that's because they both have very like a lot of childhood wounds. You know, your soulmate twin flame, not everybody meets their soulmate twin flame in this lifetime. It's like, and it's not an easy relationship because again, you're dealing with someone on sometimes different vibration, they think different, they have different gifts, the way that they handle life is completely different. It's the dynamic of the relationship is actually made to trigger you. So in order for you to look at all your hurts, all your wounds, all the things that need to be healed and integrated everywhere where you uh, detached and dissociated from because you reject that part of those parts of yourself. You're being asked to integrate that. And so you're getting a person that you love unconditionally, even though they create a lot of shit. Like again, this person, I love you, but I love you, but that's what we see. Like, and so that would be triggering to anybody, especially a person that has been abandoned before. This person has abandonment issues, and that's why they do it. But let me tell you, it's triggering the shit out of you. And so spirit is trying to say, well, what do you need healing in right now? Because right now, this person is, yeah, they're figuring it out. And they'll eventually make their way back to you because it's twin flame energy. But in the meantime, while you're separate, what are you supposed to be working on? Why is this person in your life? Guidance. So again, I feel like that's a gift. Like you were this person, like again, is looking for guidance from you, but that's not. This is actually a gift that you have. It's like you're able to tap into, you know, your own psychic ability and really be guided from your higher self. And during this time of separation, I feel like that's what you did. And irony is, I feel like you're giving guidance. So you were guided to give guidance. And this is what this person, ironically, is called to you for because they feel like you can help them. To give yourself security and safety. So again, growing up in a home where there wasn't enough, that's again, then abandonment happens a lot of times when there's not enough money and there's other imbalances, where there's money issues, a lot of times there's relationship issues. And so then we don't get the love and the nurturing that we need. So if we didn't have the support and we didn't have the security, then there would be a sense of not being connected a lot to the physical realm, not so there would be a disconnect from, you know, making money, but your support, your security, your safety comes from that. But from creating yourself, which is what I believe that, again, you were guided to do, to create the safety and security for yourself, that you don't need for anyone to do this. However, I do believe that this person, like when they come into your life, you're going to be in a better place financially and where more stable, and they're going to be able to help you even further. You know, that's the thing, just the same as when this person comes into your life, you're going to be able to assist them because they've done some work on themselves. You know, they're not coming in completely like, you know, spiritually blocked, that you're getting a complete mess. You're getting a person that's surrendered their ego. You're getting a person that, you know, finally surrenders. And that's what this really story is. Twin flame relationship. It teaches us how to surrender because our blocks are created from experiences that we go through. And if they happen in childhood, believe me, there are behaviorisms and habits that we've been doing for a long time that make us really perceive that perception. So where you might have not never felt safe and secure, you had to give yourself that. Again, and this is going back to the same thing, which is source, which is you have a very strong connection to spirit. So again, you uncovered two gifts. So not all the time do we uncover wounds. Sometimes we again find ourselves, hidden parts of ourselves. So intuitively, I feel like you were called to, give yourself love, but give yourself that support and security. And in doing so, you're a guide for a lot of other people. You give guidance, you give help to a lot of other people, which makes you feel very connected to, to people because you're giving and receiving of love through your free will. You became unconditional love. So this is a way, again, that the twin flame connection makes you step into unconditional love, even when you're separate from each other. Because it's difficult to be away from someone where there's that much passion, there's that much love, and then it's triggering your own insecurity, like, did I do this? Did I do that? Like, again, abandonment, especially like, you love me today, will you love me tomorrow? Especially if you grew up watching that, you know, that's kind of what it looked like when you have parents or caregivers like not show up for each other all the time. It's like, it's almost like you're not important when a person doesn't show up. Like, you're not, the person's not getting support, and then obviously the person that's not getting support is angry and is consumed by the fact that they weren't supported, that they couldn't be emotionally there for you. So I believe that that's what you both had in common. And but I believe that you integrated that wound. So even though this is a twin flame soul mate relationship, I just don't believe that this person's figuring it out. They're making their way back to you, but in the separation, like I said, when they come back, you're going to be a different person, but not in a way that you wouldn't want to be with them, more in a way that you're going to be more like a business and financially sound, like more on their level. I mean, I feel like they're very accelerated. So like maybe like you're not going to be poor, you know what I mean? And this person, like you said, is going to be better too. Okay, and let's see one last card, which is the calm. I breathe, live, and grow the light within me. I do one thing at a time. I focus on the present moment. I cast off my doubt till it fears dissipates, and I find peace in my being. And I feel like that's exactly what you do. And Spirit is saying to continue to do this until your person comes back, if that's what you want to do. But even when your person comes back, you'll have to again incorporate that time to again to find time to be in your calm, because in the silence, in the calm, you're able to connect to your higher self and be guided. And right now, I feel like you are on your soul's path. You're doing you right now. You're creating you. And in that, that's really what's creating the security. And no matter what you do, I feel like a lot of you are given guidance, maybe again, unconventionally through tarot cards, maybe through, doing counseling or doing like another job that incorporates that, but you're doing what you love and you're creating that support. And support doesn't just come in money and creating yourself. It's the support, stronger connection to the divine, which I believe that you always had, but now it's even stronger. And so, like I said, when this person comes back, you're going to be a completely different person, but still have that connection. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Scorpio, you let me know whether you resonate. I'll talk to you soon.